What if you're not failing at life, but exhausted from trying to hold yourself together every day? But I have calmed and quieted my soul, like a weaned child with its mother. Like a weaned child is my soul within me. Psalm 130, 1-2. There's a kind of tiredness that doesn't crash into your life all at once. It doesn't announce itself with panic or tears or dramatic collapse. It arrives slowly, quietly, almost politely. It settles into your body and stays there day after day until you forget what it felt like not to carry it. You wake up and nothing is technically wrong. The room looks the same. Your phone still lights up. Your schedule is still waiting. Your responsibilities haven't disappeared. And yet, before the day even begins, something inside you already feels strained, stretched, braced, not hopeless, not broken, just tired in a way that rest hasn't been touching anymore. You still function. You still show up. You still do what needs to be done. You answer messages, keep promises, fulfill roles. From the outside, you look steady, reliable, composed, capable, but inside, there's a constant low hum of effort, like something in you never fully relaxes. This kind of exhaustion is hard to explain because it doesn't come from one clear source. There's no single story you can point to, no obvious failure, no dramatic turning point. It's the accumulation of years spent adjusting, adapting, managing, staying alert. Years of telling yourself, I'll rest after this season. Years of saying, once things settle down. Years of carrying emotional weight without a clear place to set it down. You don't talk about it much because it feels inappropriate to complain. Other people have bigger problems. Nothing in your life looks catastrophic. So you minimize what you feel even as it quietly drains you. Psalm 131 speaks directly into this unspoken state. Not to people in crisis, but to people who are tired of striving. Not to those who quit, but to those who kept going until effort itself became heavy. I have calmed and quieted my soul, David says. This sentence sounds gentle, but it is not passive. It is not avoidance. It is not denial. It is the result of someone who lived long enough with inner agitation to finally stop feeding it. Most people don't calm their souls. They manage them, they distract them, they numb them, they keep them busy so they don't have to listen to what's underneath. They mistake movement for peace and productivity for safety. But quieting the soul requires something else entirely. It requires letting go of the constant need to control outcomes. It means releasing the pressure to be okay, to be strong, to be composed all the time. David describes his soul as a weaned child with its mother. Not an infant crying for immediate relief, not a child pulling, demanding, panicking. A weaned child awake, present, held, no longer frantic. That image matters because it names the emotional posture so many people are longing for but don't know how to reach. A weaned child is not unaware of the world. It is not asleep. It simply no longer fights for control. It rests not because everything is safe, but because the presence holding it is steady. Across America right now, there is a quiet exhaustion that looks exactly like this. People are tired of trying to feel secure, tired of trying to stay hopeful, tired of trying to be resilient, tired of holding emotional tension in their bodies while pretending everything is fine. There is a fatigue that comes from constant self-regulation, always adjusting tone, always managing reactions, always staying aware of how things might go wrong. Even in moments that should be restful, the mind stays on guard. You may recognize this in yourself. The way your shoulders stay tight even when nothing is happening. The way your thoughts keep running even when you lie down. The way silence doesn't feel peaceful, it feels exposed. David is not describing escape from responsibility. He is describing freedom from inner agitation. A weaned child still lives in the world. It still hears noise. It still exists in uncertainty. but it no longer panics for control. Psalm 131 does not promise improvement. It does not offer solutions. It does not explain why things are hard. It simply describes a soul that has stopped fighting to manage everything alone. This matters because many people are waiting for their circumstances to change before they allow themselves to rest internally. They think peace comes after clarity, after answers, after resolution. But this psalm suggests something quieter and more realistic. Rest can exist even when nothing is resolved. Your future may still feel uncertain. Your responsibilities may still feel heavy. Your questions may still be unanswered. But something inside you does not have to remain clenched. This kind of calm is not earned, it is received. It does not come from mastering life. It comes from surrendering the illusion that you ever controlled it. Many people feel ashamed of this exhaustion. They believe it means they are weak, ungrateful, or spiritually lacking. But Psalm 131 reframes it. It suggests that exhaustion may not be failure, it may be maturity. A soul that has learned the limits of striving. A heart that no longer wants to live in constant tension. A person who has carried enough to know they cannot carry everything forever. And even now, as you sit with these words, you may notice how difficult it is to truly stop. Not physically, but internally. The body may be still, yet the mind keeps reaching for the next thing to manage, the next concern, the next responsibility, the next version of yourself that feels more acceptable than the one you are right now. This is the quiet cost of living alert for too long. Your nervous system learns vigilance as a habit. Your thoughts learn speed as protection. Your heart learns to stay guarded even when no threat is present. So, when stillness comes, it doesn't feel like rest. It feels unfamiliar, almost unsafe. Many people mistake this discomfort for failure. They think, if I were healthier, stronger, more faithful, I would be able to rest. But Psalm 131 offers a different truth. The discomfort is not evidence that rest is wrong. It is evidence that rest is new. A weaned child does not arrive at calm instantly. There is a process, a learning, a gradual release of old reflexes. The crying doesn't disappear because the child became independent, but because the child learned trust. In the same way, your soul may still flinch even while being held. That does not mean God is absent. It means your soul is learning a different posture. You may notice how often you try to justify your rest, how quickly guilt rises when you slow down, how easily your mind starts listing reasons you should be doing more. Those thoughts are not truth. They are habits formed in seasons where rest felt irresponsible. God is not asking you to abandon responsibility. He is asking you to release the belief that responsibility requires constant inner tension. You can carry life without being clenched around it. You can remain attentive without being anxious. You can stay faithful without being exhausted from proving it. This is where Psalm 131 gently holds you. Not pushing, not correcting, not instructing. Simply naming a soul that has learned how to rest in presence. You may still wake up tomorrow with unanswered questions. You may still face pressures that don't disappear, but something inside you can begin to soften. Not dramatically, not all at once. Quietly, steadily. The soul does not need to be fixed. It needs to be held long enough to remember it is safe. Stay here, not to understand, not to resolve, just to be. That too is faith. And for now, that is enough.